From friends to frenemies, it looks like. Facebook co-founder Chris Hughes, Mark Zuckerberg's college roommate, now calling for the tech giant to be broken up. He says it is now in the zone of dangerous. It is so big that it is un-American. Yet here's how he feels about Mark Zuckerberg. Listen.
Mark is a good, kind person. We've been friends for 15, 16 years at this point. And I also think he has too much power. Listen, I don't know. I really don't know if we're going to be friends.
But Hughes went a lot further when he talked about Zuckerberg's motives on the New York Times podcast, The Daily. Listen to this.
Mark didn't care about making money. He cared about growth.
I think that's true.
You think that's true?
Oh, yeah.
So this growth was not about increasing the value of the company. What was it about?
I think it was a drive to domination.
Joining me now, Lisa Booth, Fox News contributor, Christina Partsenevelos, Fox business reporter, and Danielle McLaughlin, attorney and progressive commentator. Good to have both of you with us. Thank you very much. All three of you with us.
Yeah, Martha.
I found this fascinating, this whole, it's almost like Social Network, the movie part 2. Because he talked about how they lived together in this teeny dorm room at Harvard and how Mark left Harvard, but he came from a very middle-class family. He said, I wasn't about to walk away from that. But he said, his goal became to have this dominance of this company in the world. What do you think, Lisa?
Well, I mean, sure, with any business, as you see growth, you want to see the business continue to grow. I wonder if they're still friends. I wonder if the relationship
is
so.
I don't think so.
But I think for me, if you don't like Facebook, you can deactivate your account. It's not essential to the way people live their life, or at least for me, it is not. And the thing that I find ironic about this is Facebook got caught in the crosshairs because of its relationship with Cambridge Analytica and that relationship with President Trump, because the Obama campaign essentially did the same thing that Cambridge Analytica was doing, and they were lauded for their efforts on that data collection. And also what I think is ironic, consumer data is for sale. If you work in polling, if you work in data, everyone's consumer data is for sale. So you don't need an app to collect data from Facebook. You can go out and purchase it. So I really have found this whole entire scandal quite interesting to me, because, what did you think you were getting for free?
Yeah. I mean, politically, it is very interesting that what you say about, how people, I think everybody sort of turned after this election.
Right.
It was such a great thing. Everybody loved Facebook, all the social media. All of a sudden, it's like this evil side of it. Christina, in terms of the trust question here, should it be broken up? Is it a monopoly?
Well, if I'm coming from a business perspective, no, because this is a profit-driven company. They started out privately. They should operate the way they want. However, there are some concerns when you think about the facilitation that Facebook has played in the role of suffering around the globe. You have child brides that are bargained off from South Sudan on Facebook, or rumors that helped start the Myanmar genocide. So you have all these issues. Facebook now has to decide, do they want to be held accountable for the content on their platform? Are they a media site? How should we hold them accountable? So you have Zuckerberg right now maybe trying to regulate a little bit more, which we're seeing with removing some of the hate speech on there.
Yep.
But should we give him that power? Does he deserve that power? How powerful has he become?
Daniel.
I agree. What is Facebook? That's the ultimate question when we're thinking about regulating or not regulating them. And to your point, are they a media company? Are they a publisher? Are they just a platform? Are they a financial services company? Are they a messaging company? Are they a marketplace? And the point that you made as it relates to Zuckerberg regulating himself, there aren't that many other industries out there that get to do that. I think one of the reasons is that Congress doesn't understand the technology well enough to regulate.
No, remember that moment? It's like, well, how do you make money? Advertising? Oh, okay.
So
I want to play this and go to Denver now to the second topic. So you've got, in one place in Kentucky, you've got Mitch McConnell saying you should have to be 21 to smoke cigarettes and buy, and vape. Here, you've got them saying magic mushrooms we should back off of prosecuting people for possession of magic mushrooms. Listen to their argument. Play this.
We have a mental health crisis on our hands. We've been band-aiding our mental issues with prescription drugs. Even at a young age, children are taking this medicine. We have something natural growing in the forest, in the dirt, and coming out of, things that really bring hope to our society. And it's time that we start talking about drugs rather than this whole prohibition era that has said, just let's not talk about it, don't do it.
Wait a minute. Magic mushrooms are hallucinogenic. And she's saying that they should be given to children for mental health issues? I'm confused.
I'm confused. I think that maybe there is something akin to marijuana that is given to some children that helps with ADHD and other things. This is my sort of concern here, is that what is the gateway? They're not going to decriminalize the possession, the sale or taking of this drug, but they're going to sort of deprioritize it. I also worry about, as we normalise some of these drugs, even sort of the Class Cs or whatever, what do people decide to do when they're driving, for example? We see this, I've seen this around the world with marijuana and other things. So I just worry a little bit as a mother. We've got Mother's Day coming up. Where are the lines where you want people to have medicine, if this is what this is, but how do we keep each other safe?
You got an opioid issue on the one hand, right? And everybody, in terms of just overall health, it's like, go gluten-free, go trans-fat-free, and then we're going to start legalizing drugs. It's mind-boggling to me, Lisa.
Well, I mean, is heroin next for Denver?
Yeah, it might be good for some things.
No, but seriously, what I found interesting politically is I read that there was no organized effort against it. This measure. So I don't know. I found that fascinating because you would think that there would be.
Don't know what to do. Like, what, are you kidding me?
But I wonder if
we're seriously going to legalize mushroom. I mean, it is
non-addictive, though. I spoke to a doctor. It's supposedly one of the least non-addictive. It's minor, and yes, this is largely symbolic at this point. I think we're talking about it, but maybe we should focus on the regulation revolved around marijuana first, and whether there should be any regulation, and then maybe move on to mushrooms. But overall,
I just think in a society where you're trying to make people healthier and healthier, giving them hallucinogenic drugs is probably not the best way to go. Really quick, in Denmark, women say that they would rather, they're okay with being catcalled on the street by construction workers generally, and they don't necessarily want to be called feminists.
Well, I think what is a feminist, right? Everyone has a different definition for it, because for me, the definition of feminism, if you want equality, I don't think equality is asking for the government to come in and dictate the terms of your employment with, increased equal pay legislation before Congress. To me, that is not feminism. I think equality is having an equal playing field, and I don't want the government to come in and dictate the terms. But someone on the left would say feminism is, additional equal pay legislation.
I don't know. You're making it political. I don't think it's political. I think we cannot presume that my definition is universal, nor is it society accepted among various societies across the globe. And I think that being a feminist, you can call whatever you want. I still believe in equality. I may not necessarily call myself a feminist. It's the definition that we could all debate about.
Well, in Denmark, they're all into like hygge. It's like being cozy and curling up with a blanket in your socks and drinking tea. And I just think they're chill.
I mean, that sounds lovely to me.
It's all good. It's all good. Thanks, ladies. Great to see you tonight.